Hello, I have some potatoes in pots I want to show you today, and one of them we're going to harvest. Now these potatoes have only been in these pots 70 days. They spent the first 50 days inside a greenhouse, and then I had to move them out to make room to get the tomatoes and sweet corn in. So for the last 20 days these potatoes have stood outside. So 50 days in a greenhouse, 20 days outside, 70 days. These potatoes were originally sown indoors in 3-inch pots, and that enabled them to create roots and some top growth. And this is what they looked like when I planted them. And this is what they looked like when I put them in the pots 70 days ago. Okay, so the 3 potatoes we're going to look at are Winston, a first early, and a seed potato. Charlotte, a second early, and she's a shop bought potato set aside. And Jazzy, another first early, another shop bought potato and set aside. Let's have a look at the potatoes. This is Winston, as you can see. Lovely healthy top growth, still growing strong. We're not going to harvest Winston today. This is Charlotte, again lovely strong top growth. Charlotte's blossoming. These are the flowers on Charlotte. We're not going to harvest Charlotte today, that would be a bit premature. There's still more growing in this potato, and there's still more growing in Winston. So by now you've guessed it, we're going to be harvesting Jazzy. As you can see, these leaves have turned yellow. There's no more growing in Jazzy now. It's pointless leaving it in the pot. So we're going to harvest at 70 days. And just as a comparison, you can see the difference. In the leaves, Winston, Jazzy, Charlotte. So let's not hang about, let's get Jazzy out of the pot. Okay, so I've got my birthday banner in the shot, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who wished me happy birthday. That was a nice thing to do, I really appreciate that. Okay, so we'll get these tops off. Let's not hang about. Let's see what Jazzy's got. How easy was that? Well, I've got to tell you, there isn't a single potato in. Oh yes, there is. I was going to say, oh, yep. I'll just take. I'm going to put these in this riddle. Let me see. How's that? Is that in a camera shot? I don't know. Let's have a look. So I think if we get a pound of potatoes from one seed potato after 70 days, we've done really well. Hey, look at this guy. Little worm. That's always a good sign. seed potato. My mate Molly would usually be outdoors with me now, but she's not been feeling top these last couple of days. I'm not too sure why. She's sitting indoors. She's watching me out of the window, actually. She's made no attempt to come out. That looks like it. Oh no, I've got one more. That's it. Okay, so we put one in, and that's what we got out. This is another pot of Jazzy, and as you can see, it's going backwards now, isn't it? So there's no point in leaving this in the pot either. That first pot, I haven't weighed it yet, but I'm guessing about a pound. And we'll see if we can get another pound out of here. So between the two pots, what do we want? 2 pounds of potatoes from 2 sets. 1 set in each 10-inch pot. Let's take the tops off. Remember, these guys have only been in here 70 days. Most people don't take potatoes from 90 days and upwards, so these guys really are early, but as you've seen from the foliage, there's no point in leaving them in. We need some potatoes indoors. So let's drop this second pot. Let's see what we've got in this pot. Well, I've got to tell you already, this pot's looking better. I'll see if I can turn this round so you can see what I can see. How's that looking? So this pot's looking better than the last pot already. Just break it away. Put these guys in this riddle. I don't know if you get this. You will want to move this soil ball out the way. I've got to tell you, these are lovely clean potatoes. Remember, that was a shop bought set aside. Apparently you're not supposed to be able to grow these guys on. Well, I think you can see from this that you can. I don't want that one. Oh, I'm glad I've dropped this one now, because I think it's a much better pot. Now, yeah, there are a lot of small ones, look, and you would say, well, if you'd left those, they would have grown on, but they wouldn't. The top had died off, they wouldn't grow on. That's it. Finito, bonito. So, they're as well out as in. And I will save 1 or 2 of these small ones for Molly if she perks up later. Now this compost, I'm going to recycle it. I'll reinvigorate it with something, with some of those spent coffee grounds and bloodfish and bone and anything that happens there come to hand, as long as it's organic. And this compost will either grow more potatoes in it, those fridge potatoes that I told you about, although I actually have some potatoes that could do with being grown because they've produced roots and they've produced tops. Not the ones in the fridge. These are outdoors. I may show you those and I may plant those. I haven't made my mind up yet. And we will be growing leeks in this compost as well. It'll produce 2 crops this year, no doubt about it. I've done it before, I'll do it again. How's that looking? That looks a slightly bigger hole than the last one. So that's going indoors now, and then we'll do this wash and weigh in. Come on, let's go. Right then, let's give this first pot of potatoes a wash. Quick wash. And then we'll weigh them. And then we'll wash the second pot of potatoes. And we'll weigh them as well. And see what we've got. I think I predicted about a pound. I said a pound would be a good result. So let's see if we've got that pound. Oh, tell you what, let's put the kettle on. It's long about. Now we can have a cup of tea and produce a video at the same time. Is that multi-skilling? Okay. So, here are the scales. I'm not too sure how the light catches the bezel on these, so if you can't tell what it's reading, I'll have to tell for you. Okay, let's weigh these guys. What have we got? Let's have a look. Oh, I'm making that 3/4 of a pound. What about you? You give me 3/4 of a pound on that one. Right, 3/4 of a pound from the first pot. 70 days. Jazzy. Put them there. Put the scales up there. I'll get the second pot. Is that kettle boiled? Right. This is what we got from the second pot. Like it. Let's pop these, get them separate from that first part, and we'll get that, get the scales in. Oh, come out of that. Right. How's that looking? Hope you're getting them. Hold on, kettle's boiled. Wait a minute, whoa. First things first. 2 tea bags, extravagant. Right. Okay, which one was it? Second pot. Right. And I'm guessing, I guess a pound for the last one, got 3/4. I'll guess a pound for this one. Some of these potatoes look slightly bigger. Have we got there yet? Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Will you give me a pound? Hey, come on, this is homegrown veg. That's a pound. So I've got a pound from this pot, 3/4 of a pound from that pot. Just one went in. Look what's come out. 70 days, come on. Come on. Right, hold on. We'll have a brewer. Why not? And then we'll call it a day. So, if these potatoes had kept going, I wouldn't have lifted them on 70 days, but as you can see, the tops had gone, so there was no point in leaving them in, was there? And I'm going to reuse that spent compost. I've made my mind up now. You're not going to believe this. I've got some spare seed potatoes and nowhere to put them, but I've emptied these 2 pots out. And I'm going to, I know, yeah, you won't believe this, I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to do a Sarpo Murder experiment. I've got a couple of Sarpo Murders left over there, and they've rooted and they've chitted the small plants now, but I've no room. So I'm going to bang them in these 10-inch pots. Now I know it's crackers, I mean that's a main, Sarpo Murder's a main crop potato, and you've seen some of the results the guys down the allotments are getting. So these 10-inch pots are way too small. But I'm going to do it stuffy. This is homegrown veg. We like our experiments. Oh, come on. Now then, just before I do sign off, this is nothing to do with what we're doing now, but hey, come on, look at this. Woo -hoo -hoo. sweet potato. See the slips and the roots. Now it's my intention to take those slips off, plant them in the greenhouse. Never done it before, never seen a video of anybody doing it before in the United Kingdom. Lots of videos coming over the Atlantic, coming from America and from warmer climates, but I've never seen anybody grow these sweet potatoes in the United Kingdom, so I'm going to give it a shot. Another experiment. It will or it won't. That's what we say at homegrown veg, it will or it won't. Same with those sapwomeras. They will or they won't. There's only one way to find out. We're going to plant them, put them in that compost that's just come out of these pots, and we'll fire it up. Okay, so this is homegrown veg, signing out.